So marami nagtatanong kasi about body recomposition. How will you know if you are cutting, you're in a surplus, or if you are at maintenance calories? How do you look for a good coach? So what's up guys? Ngayon Q&A tayo sa vlog natin. So we have Mr. Grant Teng, WNBF Pro. So he competes internationally. Si Mr. Jen Lifts. Nag-compete rin sila ni Mr. Von Campos, another YouTuber. Subscribe kayo sa kanya. Check out his channel. Links in the comments. Just gonna answer more of your fitness questions kasi it's nice to hear it from people who shared yung similar na background. Evidence-based community kasi in a way. So si Grant, actually one of the guys I really look up to sa local Filipino fitness industry. To be honest, there aren't a lot for me personally. You know? So, ayun. So first question natin, usually tinatanong, how will you know if you are cutting, you're in a surplus, or if you are at maintenance calories?
The best way to do this is check first kahit anong calculators dyan na available, yung mga formulas, whatever work. But I do encourage you guys to not overestimate your expenditure because I see a lot of people that basically do desk jobs tapos mag-gym lang ng isang oras pero lalagyan nila doon formulas na yun. Very active. Just go with like almost sedentary or the one slightly above that. So use one of those calculators. Try out the calories there. Try it out consistently for siguro mga 2 weeks. Also your body weight, i-check mo yan for those 2 weeks. If it goes up, that means you're on a surplus. If it goes down, that means you're in a deficit. If it stays within 1% siguro, possible maintenance. Whatever number you got, you have to try that out. That's how you're gonna know if you're in maintenance or if you're in a deficit or a surplus.
So marami nagtatanong kasi about body recomposition. In terms of calories, tsaka yung training. Anong ginawa mo to get to this point?
First time natin experience sa akin. Training, yung prep, counting ng calories. Gusto kong mag-compete agad. Goal ko na
Hindi ka ba nagbubuhat nun at all?
Nagbubuhat ako.
One year pa lang ata siya magbubuhat nun.
Siyempre, parang newbie. Dumating sa point na binigyan niya ako ng calories. Sinunod ko lang lahat. As in, lahat ng gusto niyang pagawa.
Kasi yung ginawa lang namin sa kanya, basically yung start ka, pinapakain lang namin ng pinapakain. Tapos yung buhat niya, kasi maganda talaga yung buhat niya. Maayos siya magbuhat. Well, at least based on my standards. I think nakikita din kasi niya yung parang how I lift and how I make other people lift. Sumusunod talaga siya. He was lifting and progressing and his calories were just going up the whole time.
And I'm sure nag-lean out ng konti, no?
He maintained his body fat percentage, so you could.
But he grew.
This is kind of like recomp, I guess you could call it that. So your body fat percentage stays somewhat the same, but your overall muscle mass, grabe, yung newbie gains, dude. Laki.
I feel like people expect a lot when they say, let's say, recomp, di ba? Parang ini-imagine mo, sobrang babatak ka, nalalaki ka, na punit. As a natural kasi hindi ganun eh. Kaya important din yung cycles of bulking and cutting as a natural. Kasi kailangan mo itanim eh.
Pero legit, ang bilis kasi nung sa kanya talaga. But that's because yun nga, if you're a newbie, I think you're gonna see faster recomp gains. Or if you're coming back from, let's say, injury.
Si Jen kasi sumusunod talaga sa mga
Everything to what he... And you'll see it. Like if you follow him on Instagram, makikita mo yung mga buhat niya ngayon. On point. Considering he just started lifting in 2019. No?
Sa topic ng newbie gains, if there were 3 things bibigyan nyo na advice, kunyari gusto mag-improve yung katawan, what would you want them to prioritize?
Technique
Ikaw,
talaga.
technique sa buhat.
At yung yung sa ego. Kasi usually kapag bago, gusto nila mabigat. Nag-increase agad ng weight, parang per session. Pagkain, crack niya ng maayos tapos.
If you want to look your best, absolute best, na guaranteed na honest kayo, kailangan nyo mag-track.
Saka wala nang guesswork din eh. Kasi pagka wala kang data, parang hindi mo alam kung saan ka mag-a-adjust.
Nasaan ka?
Totoo. Bara-bara yung weight mo, bara-bara yung buhat mo, yung macros mo, what do you expect to happen? Magic.
Kasi kung gusto mong pasukin tong fitness or bodybuilding, kailangan mag-exert ka rin ng effort and wag yung half-ass na effort.
What separates a beginner with almost no gains to a beginner that gets immediate gains? Beginner sila, sabay sila nagsimula, pero bakit mas maganda yung katawan nitong ganito? Assuming natural sila.
Just to sum it up, I think yun nga, napupunta siya dun sa execution ng movements. Technique, consistency, and intent. That would be your execution. So yun yung top 3 siguro.
I have a lot of natural subscribers who want to compete, di ba? Dream nyo mag-improve yung physique nyo, probably showcase it sa stage. Ano yung hindi mo in-expect? Coming into prep, tapos nung nagawa mo na yung show, sumampal lang sa'yo na, ito pala dapat na inayos ko. Maraming aha moments eh, di ba?
Parang don't start sa sobrang taas ng body fat and wag mo expect na kung ano yung binigay mo na time frame ng prep is yun yung talagang kailangan. It's always longer. Parang pagdating mo, let's say, 10 weeks out, tapos hindi ka pa somewhat lean, parang you're in trouble.
Magpa-pressure kang madaliin.
Oh, wala kang mabamadali eh. Di ba?
Yeah.
It's either sagarin mo yung sarili mo sa cardio, tapos magsasacrifice ka naman na mag-boost ng muscle mass. Bawasan mo ng sobrang calories mo. And yun din, baka possible din mas mabawas yung muscle mass mo.
Don't start too high body fat. Tsaka 2, it takes longer than expected.
Pwede yun. Tapos siguro 3 na yun, get a coach, totoo.
Pag magko-compete kayo don't attempt to do it on your own.
Especially if it's your first time. Man.
Next time around, kung magkakupit ako ulit,
More weeks.
more weeks, more time, and
Start leaner.
start leaner. Tapos, parang kailangan meron ka na ring foundation.
Kasi maganda maging ahead ka pa nga ng konti.
Yeah, always.
Comfortable spot. Ikaw, Jen, ano yung na-experience mo first time competing?
Ang late ko. Ang late ko.
Kung siya, lower body fat coming in, ikaw more size.
Dapat mas malaki.
More muscle mass, not fatter. Just more
Yeah,
muscle mass.
not size. Muscle mass.
One of the biggest things I realized was you really have to manage your expectations, especially if it's your first show. Baka makachamba ka, baka manalo ka, baka sobrang ganda ng genetics mo. But that is not the norm.
How do you look for a good coach? And ano ba yung dapat mong hinahanap na characteristics sa coach mo? Diba? Kasi syempre we see a lot of coaches there na, ganda ng katawan nito. Pero hindi naman kasi porket maganda yung katawan na sobrang laki, na sobrang bata. Yun yung best coach.
Kumuha ka ng coach before, pero medyo bro science lang din talaga. Pinili ko si Grant kasi patagal ko na siyang fino-follow. Nung nag-start ako mag-fitness, nakita ko talaga yung parang from 2018 progress niya. So siguro, nakita ko yung progress niya from a competitor up to parang up world level competitor. Nung una, local pa lang eh. Alam ko na evidence-based siya, yun, number 1. Kasi huwag kayo mag-hire ng parang super chicken breast brown rice. Although it works, pero hindi siya for everyone eh.
Kailangan maintindihan why.
Oo, kailangan maintindihan
Yung
mo.
coach na kunin mo, kailangan mo maintindihan bakit niya recommend yun.
Oo,
I-explain niya. You, as a coach yourself, what are the qualities of a good coach for you?
Minsan naman kasi may mga coach na kahit hindi evidence-based, parang basta may logic sila behind what they're doing. They have may rationale sila
Kaya nila
behind.
explain sa'yo.
Yeah, they can explain why you should do this, why you should do that. It's not always correct, not always the evidence-backed na solution, but it works. I would personally prefer you get someone with experience in evidence-based practice. Someone who's clued up dun sa research. I personally don't think you need, especially when this comes to purely physique-related goals, you don't really need someone who has certifications, mga ganyan. Kasi honestly, I just took a certification myself, and if your goal is primarily physique development, so definitely get someone who knows what they're doing. Okay, that's one. Number 2, you should always check their content. So sometimes may mga mahilig dyan mag-post na parang, okay, this is my star client. These are my 5-star clients. Pero pag nakita mo yung iba nila, parang halatang hinaayaan lang nila. So you want to see a coach that is able to provide value for majority, if not all, of their clients. So kahit na beginner yan, kahit na advanced yan, dapat makikita mo lahat sila nagpo-progress. Hindi yung parang, okay, I have favorites, this is my top-tier genetic client, and then this is the only person I'm gonna show on my feed.
Last question for all of you. Everyone has weak points eventually. Ano yung weak point mo, Jen? Tsaka paano mo siya i-improve moving forward?
Sa akin, nung nasa stage, yung side shot ko. I mean, yung mass ko.
Side chest?
Yeah.
Tsaka
Just the
arms?
size in general from the side.
So, long-term goal mo, gain.
Gain.
Ikaw, Juan.
Sa akin, yung buong posterior chain from upper back until hamstrings. Na-touch nito kanina yung technique sa pagtitrain. Hindi ko yung nagawa ng maayos. Siguro to address that, get stronger obviously.
Double time sa posterior chain movements.
Sa quality.
Sa quality. Yeah.
Quality and yun nga, parang sa focus sa getting stronger over time. Or yung progressive overload. Yung
Without
gasgas na
compromising
gasgas na.
form.
Oo, yun. Hindi ako marunong gumamit ng straps. Nag-straps ako pero mali. Tapos nung natuto na ako, ang laki nung nadagdag niya sa lips ko.
This guy is a elite top-level competitor. So,
bang!
people would automatically assume, pag ganyan, wala ka ng weak point.
So my weak points coming into my off-season was, yung chest ko, tsaka yung back ko. Hindi lang masyadong halata because I always did my homework in terms of posing, which you should do too. Chest and back, some of my arms, basically my upper body, kasi medyo okay na yung legs ko.
So, anong steps mo moving forward to improve this? As a more, let's say, advanced compared to most people.
Yeah, so
Ano yung difference?
Yung difference, I think, when you're building up weak points. So for the advanced guys, what you have to do is take it in phases. So you can't just focus. Sabihin mo lang, bro, kailangan ko ng palakihin yung upper body ko. So magpapalaki ako ng upper body. Hindi kayang ganun. In most cases na nangyari, you have to increase maybe your volume or your intensity on a specific body part. So sa akin, once I got off prep in 2019, halos the entire 2020 nakafocus ako sa chest ko. So that whole time, the volume, the intensity, sobrang binild up ko dun sa chest, basically on all the push exercises. Tapos, mostly in 2021, I spent my time working on my back naman. I added more volume, focused more on execution and progressive overload on my back. Face by face siya. Hindi siya pwedeng 6 different weak muscles and I have to progress them, improve them all at the same time. Hindi siya pwedeng ganun. It's gonna be a longer process, especially if you're advanced.
Yun.
So mangyayari, maghanap ka ng pwede mong i-focus, tapos hammer away, and then once that's done, move on to the next one.
Kaya sinasabi nila natural bodybuilding is a marathon. Lalo na pag mas advanced ka. The top guys, parang 3 years, 4 years sila nag-vault, no?
Yeah, dude. I was checking my bench press max. Tapos, mga 10 months na halos, 5 pounds lang inangat. Pak!
Ganun talaga. If you've made it this far, subscribe kayo sa kanila. Grant has a YouTube channel. So, link ko sa comment si Von. Nakita niyo rin videos niya sa YouTube. Link ko rin yung Instagram ni Jen. Hindi ito yung last time na magko-collab kami. Expect more videos. Spot niyo yung videos namin sa channel nila. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you... Ay, sorry. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.